CoritecOne operation, calibration. To perform a calibration on the CoritecOne machine, you first go to the Import menu. This menu will present you with a file that reads 1-calibrationbody-01.iso or 1-calibrationbody-02.iso. If you have the universal holder in place, which is the holder that has the ability to mill out titanium, or has only one holder for a single block, then you will be presented with the 02 file. This is because the 02 file mills out in the furthest position on the calibration block. The 01 and 02 file can be used if you have the 3-unit holder installed in the machine. Please keep in mind the machine doesn't know which holder you have installed, so please be sure to check which holder you have installed prior to running either the 01 or 02 calibration files. Select the calibration file that corresponds to your specific setup. Once you select the file, you are brought back to the home screen and it now displays your selected file to mill on the left side of the screen. You will also be presented with the tools necessary to run this job on the top right of the screen. The tool number is surrounded by a white circle which will fill up from green to red, alerting you to the life of the tool that remains. After you insert the physical calibration block in your holder, ensure it is in the holder tight and doesn't rotate or isn't able to be pulled out. To begin the calibration, press the Start button. After your calibration object has milled out, remove the block from the holder and push the object out of the block with your finger. I would recommend pushing from the top side of the block on the corner of the object. This will ensure you don't break the side walls of the object. Once you have the object out of the block, you can then take the calipers that have been included with your accessories and measure the corresponding sides. When using the calipers, set the caliper to millimeters instead of inches. There is a toggle button on the readout for the caliper. Please ensure the number on the caliper when closed reads 0. To set the caliper to 0, press the 0 button on the readout and it will set the measurement to 0 while you have it closed. It is recommended to open and close the caliper a few times to ensure that every time it is closed it reads 0. On the CoritecOne, you can press the Settings button, and once inside the Settings window, you can then press the Setchi disc, or we will call it the Calibration button. After selecting the Calibration button, you are taken to a screen with a diagram of the calibration object. This screen shows you what measurements are necessary to input in the screen. The first measurement to take is the Y-long measurement, represented by the long, non-angled side of the block. You want to use the calipers to measure halfway up the wall. Once you have the measurement, we suggest to triple check your measurement by measuring it again. After you have triple checked your measurement, you can then enter the value. The next measurement to take is the Y-short measurement. This is the side of the object that has the angled wall on it. Measure this wall 3 times as well and enter in the measurement. Finally, you will measure the Z-top measurement. Since the calipers you have been supplied with won't measure this thin top wall properly, we will use a calculation to get the proper measurement. For Z-top, go ahead and measure the entire height of the object from the top with the flat edge to the bottom of the side walls. Once you have that measurement, you then subtract 5.50 from that measurement, which will give you the final measurement to input for Z-top. After all measurements have been entered, press the Calculate button with the calculator symbol. This will give you a new Y and Z number for the machine to make adjustments to. You will then see a Save button, which you have to press to save the adjusted Y and Z numbers. As far as the measurements, when you measure each section, the good tolerant range is from 0.45 to 0.55. No matter what the numbers are, you will input them even if your number falls outside of that range. This is done so that the machine can make adjustments and bring itself back into tolerance. If any of the numbers fall outside of that range, then you will have to run the calibration block another time and repeat the measurement steps to enter in the new values from the newly milled calibration object. If any of the measurements are still outside of the range, it is recommended to call support to request assistance, or you can enter in the values and repeat the calibration steps to mill a new calibration object.